Stop what you're doing and download this demo now. Triangle Strategy from Square Enix and ArtThink for Nintendo Switch is worthy of your attention. If you like tactical turn-based RPGs, top-notch storytelling, and decisions that matter, you must give Triangle Strategy a try. The demo for this game was just released Wednesday after the latest Nintendo Direct, and the full game will release in just a few weeks on March 4th. I picked up the demo right after release and have spent nearly 10 hours on 2 different playthroughs of the demo, and I can tell you that I am blown away with the depth of the story and the combat here. But even with that depth, the game does a really good job of explaining the world and gameplay to you in an intriguing and fun way. Starting with the world and story, we are definitely off to a great start. And the backdrop of 3 kingdoms locked in a tense but promising peace since the last Great War, the political machinations of kings and ministers have brought together 2 young nobles whose decisions will affect the future of the entire realm. Throughout the short but attention-grasping demo, we begin to see that things are not as they appear, and those who we may consider friends now could very well be plotting our demise. Each character we meet has their own veiled ambitions and motivations. The writers have done an excellent job of getting me to care for the members of House Wolfort, the house that we control in the story. Such a job have they done that I legitimately do not want any of my characters to go down in combat, even though they will be perfectly fine afterwards. It has been a while since I played a game that made me care that much about my characters, and it's awesome. The broader story of the world definitely gives me some Game of Thrones vibes, as those dukes, kings, and lords who seem to be very friendly outwardly can actually be quietly manipulating us and using us for their own benefit. It is interesting to see how our young Lord Serenoa, our main protagonist, realizes this and begins to grow as a wise leader, but not without fumbling here or there. The story will have you telling yourself, just 15 more minutes and then I'll do those dishes. Just 15 more minutes. And then 3 hours will go by. But that is all the farther I will go with the story, as I want you to experience the rest for yourself. Now let me just take a minute and say, if you like this video so far and find this info helpful or entertaining, please hit that like button so more people can find this video. Moving on now to my thoughts on the combat in Triangle Strategy. It is at least as good as the story. Movement and positioning are key during the battles. Even the direction you have your characters face at the end of their turn can make a huge difference. Attacks at the back of a character will automatically give you a critical hit, and getting hit from one side when you have an enemy on the opposite side will give both those enemies a chance to attack. And it also works in that way for you as well. Weaknesses and strengths against different units are here too, as you would expect. Different strategies will apply depending on the troops you are facing. Normally, while facing mainly melee enemies, I would keep my group together, working as a tightly knit unit, surrounding foes and hitting them with brutal flanking attacks and opportunity attacks. But in one battle, I found myself facing off against a group of mages. I had to keep my units spread thin so that I could not get hit with their devastating AoE attacks. The enemy too kept their units dispersed here, throwing my normal strategy on its head and making me think on my feet. The combat will challenge you to think up new strategies as the game progresses, and has a way of rewarding you when your strategy is solid, and punishing you when your strategy is not. I played on normal difficulty, however there are 3 other difficulty levels, 2 easier and 1 harder. The difficulty can also be changed at any time if you find the game too easy or difficult, or just want to experience a story without getting stuck on a particularly tough battle. Finally, the choices that you make will determine what type of leader you will be, and also affect not only the people who join your forces, but also the places you will go and the battles you'll have. The demo has a decision at the end of Chapter 2 that will determine where your party will travel, giving you 2 different experiences in 2 different battles, not to mention, I'm sure, 2 different lasting consequences. You can only choose one of these directions to go, and each one leads to a different experience, which will merit multiple playthroughs to experience every possible outcome. I am very excited for this one, in case you can't tell, and if this demo is representative of the full game, then this will definitely be one you want to add to your collection. I will be doing a full review on Triangle Strategy after its release on March 4th. I'm not like the big guys out there though, I can't get a review copy, so I will try to get the review done within a week after release. And if you don't want to miss that video or any of my other videos I have planned, please hit that subscribe button and that bell icon to be notified the moment I post a new content. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.